Live from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia today, a tape broadcast between the 1995 Atlanta Braves and the 1980 Philadelphia Phillies. Hello, everybody. STM here will bring you live action of the Greatest Teams League as we're here at Veterans Stadium as you see the field. Today, it's the 1980 Phillies taking on the 1995 Atlanta Braves. A tale of two cities, to be sure, as this has just been a wacky way to have our league going so far. So far in the Atlanta Braves, remember, have been moved to the American League West to accommodate the Houston Astros, who went to the NL Central because we're using the 86 Astros in this, I believe. No, or was I wrong? I'm sorry. I play too many leagues, so I don't know sometimes what I'm doing. So the Atlanta Braves are in the NL West. So it's a different league. So the Atlanta Braves are in the NL West, sorry. They are 7-4. They're 2.5 games in back of the surprising 98 Padres. And they're playing the Philadelphia Phillies, and they're struggling a bit. They're 2-9. They're 5.5 in back of the Washington Nationals. And you're going to see why in a minute, just so you know what the situation is when I started the game. Sometimes I don't look ahead when I'm playing because we have something like this that pops in front of me, and that is my availables. The Philadelphia Phillies have been decimated by the disabled list. Bob Boone has been lost for at least a series. Mike Schmidt is out for the rest for this game and then the first game of the next series, while Greg Luzinski is probably going to be on the 7-day DL, and he won't be back for at least a good week. So the Phillies are without three of their best hitters in their lineup. They have really had to make do today, but they're pitching their number one pitcher in Steve Carlton. So again, like the 72 Phillies, Lefty's going to have to make do of the situation and win despite his offense. So let's go to the field. Here are the quick lineups. For the Braves, it will be Grissom in center leading off, followed by Blauser at short, McGriff at first, Chipper Jones at third, Ryan Klesko in left, Mark Lemke at second, Harvey Lopez behind the plate, Mike Devereaux is your designated hitter. This is a universal DH league, and Mike Kelly gets a start in right. If you're seeing a difference there, Dave Justice is probably going to be out for the next 2 or 3 games. And here's your Philly defense. Unser in left, Matic in center, McBride in right, John Vukovich gets to start at third, Larry Boa at short, Trio at second, Rose at first, Keith Moreland behind the plate, and on the mound, lefty Steve Carlton. Carlton 1-1, 2.63 ERA. He's gone 14 innings, 11 hits, 7 walks, and 18 strikeouts. Because of what the program I'm using, this game will probably be split in 2 halves, so we'll go ahead and get this started and play as much as we can. We'll put it on pause. Hopefully no one will notice the difference as we play when we go into the second half and finish this. So let's do it. Marquise Grissom will lead off. He's been up 50 times with 3 doubles, a homer, and 5 RBIs, hitting .260. He's added 4 stolen bases. Let's get this started. Lefty on the mound. Left-hander against the right-hander, Grissom, and the first pitch of the ball game. Let's get it going. Here we go. First pitch is going to be a 6-7 ground ball to second. That's Trio. He's a 1E13. That's a nice easy start, and there's one away. With the losing Schmidt is a big deal. Luzinski's a big deal. So their offense has been decimated. Defensively, they're still a good ball team. Here is Jeff Blauser. He's hitting .205, but up 39 times with 3 home runs. Moreland sets the target. Lefty looking in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Blauser. 5-10 it, struck him out. Big strikeout for Lefty, and that's 2 away. Here's the first baseman, Freddie McGriff. He struggled. 43 at-bats, homer, 4 RBIs. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton looks in. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch to McGriff. And that's going to be a 4-11 fly ball into left field. That's Unser. He's actually a 3E4, not too bad, and he'll let it drop in front of him. McGriff kind of spirited out the left field. Unser did not get a good jump. Unser cannot get to it. McGriff is on, so McGriff dunks it out between Vukovich and Unser. Gets on base with a 2-out hit, and leaves, and and it leaves it up to Chipper Jones. He's hitting 214, struggling 42 at bats, no homers, 3 RBIs. Surprising, couple of their main hitters struggling as much as they are, but they're playing really well in that AL West, which has become fairly competitive. Moreland sets in. Carlton from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Chipper Jones. 2-9, a base hit for Chipper Jones. That will go all the way. That could go all the way to the wall if Matic cannot get it. McGriff, who had a head start, should try to score from first. He's around second, and Matic cannot get to it. That'll go all the way to the wall. 2-out tripper for Chipper Jones. Atlanta's taking a 1-0 lead. I'm playing as the home team, the Philadelphia Phillies, so Braves lead 1-0, 1 out, 2 outs here in the first. So a dunk hit by Fred McGriff, a one that should have been caught, but drops in, gets the base hit, and the inning gets extended as Chipper Jones drives him in with a big 3-run triple. Here's Ryan Klesko. He's been up 43 times. He has 4 doubles, 3 homers, and 10 RBIs, hitting .419, so he's had an explosive rookie start, but his average does come down quite a bit versus the left-handers. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Ryan Klesko. 4-6, struck him out, ends the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. We played 1 half. Atlanta 1. Here come the Phils. So here's Lonnie Smith, the batter, hitting .209, 2 RBIs, been up 43 times. He's the designated hitter today. Harvey Lopez behind the plate. It's Klesko, Grissom, Kelly, 4, 1, and 2. And then it's Chipper, Jones, Blauser, Lemke, McGriff. That is a 2, 2, 2, and 3. Harvey Lopez behind the plate. And your pitcher is the immaculate Greg MAddux. He's 1-1, 1.59 ERA, only giving up 15 hits, 17 innings, 2 walks, and 16 strikeouts. Lopez sets in the target. MAddux with the full windup. Here's the pitch to Lonnie Smith. 4-11, ground ball to third. Chipper Jones is there. He waits for it, throws him out, and you got the first out here in the first. So a quick out in the first. Here's Pete Rose. He's hitting .256, 2 doubles and 4 runs batted in. Batting lefty against Matic. Lopez sets in the target. Matic with the pitch. Here comes the pitch to Rose. 4-8 and single 1 to 6. That's a line drive right at McGriff for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the first. Here is Keith Moreland, a youngster in this lineup. Been up 18 times, a double and 2 ribbies, hitting .333. Lopez puts down the sign, taps the glove. Matic from the full windup. Here's the pitch to Moreland. And that's a 4-5 and a base hit for Keith Moreland. So Moreland is on with a base hit, so the rookie continues to have some offensive spurts here without Boone in the lineup. Moreland's going to have to get some catching in. And that's a long single for, that's a double for Moreland. So the double is 1 to 15. He got the 15. So a hustle double for Moreland. Now here's Bake McBride. He's been put in the 4th spot. He's a .295 hitter. No home runs, 6 RBIs. Big situation for McBride to show the Braves that they can't be pushed around. The Braves have pushed around already, winning the first 2 games of this series as they go for the sweep. The Phillies looking to salvage one here. Lopez behind the plate sets the target. Matic from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Shake and Bake. And that's a 5-4 ground ball to third. That's Chipper Jones. 2E34 for the young kid. Picks it up and throws them out and ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We played 1 here at the City of Brotherly Love. 1-0 Atlanta. Here are the Braves. And again, it will be Lemke, Lopez, and Devereaux to get the start today in the second. Moreland behind the plate sets the target. Lefty looks in. Here's the pitch to Mark Lemke. And that's a 2-6 base hit for Lemke. And that'll go in the gap for a base hit. Unser cuts it off, but he turns around, does not have a good enough arm. He has to come full circle. Lemke's gonna go for 2, cuts it off, and he's in there with a double. So a hustle double for Mark Lemke. A 1 to 3, and he got the 3. So now here's Harvey Lopez hitting .265, 4 RBIs on the season. Another one of these young Braves in this lineup. Moreland sets in the target now. Carlton working from the stretch. Runner on second and nobody out. Pitch to Lopez. 1-6 single to center field for Harvey Lopez. Matic is a -2, comes up with it. They go Lemke to home. They're going to hold Lemke at third. First and third, nobody out. And here is the young Mike Devereaux. Devereaux hitting 200. Actually, he was a veteran at this point. 15 at-bats, no RBIs. They're trying to get the most they can out of Devereaux here. Universal DH. First and third, nobody out. I'm going to go ahead and move the infield in. They're going to have to, at some point, stop being bullied around here. It's first and third, nobody out. Devereaux to batter. Lefty needs some support here. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton from the stretch. First and third, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Devereaux. 2-12, and he hits a shot to center field. That will go over Maddox's head. Can that score Harvey Lopez from first? Lemke will trot home. Lopez will go first to third. With Maddox's arm, Lopez will probably hold at first. Does he? Let's see. He waits, and he stops at third. Gets the red light from his third base coach. Braves lead it 2-0. So much for not getting bullied around. Lefty is just getting popped around here. Second and third, nobody out. And here is Mike Kelly. He gets to start today with the Justice injury. He's 4 for 9, 2 doubles. Gets 137 at-bats here for the Braves. Moreland sets the target. Carlton from the stretch. 2-0 favor of the Braves. 6-5 ground ball to short. Boa has to see the ball in his glove. He does, and throws. Oh, he throws one low in the dirt. Rose cannot pick it. The inning continues. Lopez will score from third. So Devereaux may have shielded him as Boa came up and it went off his arm. He picked it up, but Kelly beat it out, and it's 3-0 Atlanta. So now it becomes an unearned run on that one. It's 3-0 with 2 outs in the third. And actually, there's no outs here in the second. Oh, my. It's 3-0. Runners at first and third. Here is Marquise Grissom as the Atlanta Braves starting to put an early hurting on the Phillies. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Grissom. And here's a 4-5 and struck him out. Boy, he needed that one. 1-0 out. Here is Jeff Blauser. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time out. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton from the stretch. First and third, 1 out. Pitch to Blauser. 3-6, fly ball shallow left. Unser, not much of an arm. He will get the +2 to Devereaux. It's a little bit deep. Unser's going to set himself. They're probably going to run on him. He'll be a 1-16 to try for third. Here he goes. He's trying for the runner. They're going to let the ball go through the plate. The throw, not in time, not nearly enough. Kelly takes second on the throw, and the Braves lead 4-0. So an RBI sacrifice fly gets the run home, and here's Freddie McGriff. He's 1 for 1 with the run scored. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Freddie McGriff. And that's a 6-6. That is a double 1-4. That'll be Matic comes in, makes the catch. And boy, these Philadelphia Philly fans, they don't want to see their Phils get swept at home. But the Braves have come in like Custer. And they've come in like the Indians. And they're sending Custer to his retreat. 3 in the second. Braves lead 4-0. Here is Matic followed by Unser and Trio. So Maddox given a 4-0 lead is just crazy. This was the year for Greg Maddux. Went 19-2, 1.63 ERA, 147 hits, 210 innings. Lopez sets the target. Maddox looks in. Here's the pitch to Maddox. 6-7 ground ball to short. Blauser's got it in front of him. Makes the play, and there is 1 away. So with 1 out here, I'm curious why I chose, I'm right, why did I choose the 94 Braves over the 95 Braves? That's interesting. And these actually are the 95 Braves. Maddux had a great year. I didn't realize his year in 95 was that good. Here is Del Unser. So Unser, the batter, usually a pinch hitter extraordinaire. He's only had 3 at-bats during the year. He's 2 for 3, so he's been He's got hits in good situations. Boy, he needs to get the Phillies right now. Lopez sets the target. Maddux with the windup. Here's the pitch to Dell Unser. 2-5 and walks him. So Unser draws the walk, which is a rarity against Maddux. And here's the second baseman, Manny Trio. 295, 3 RBIs on the year. Lopez sets in. Maddux from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Trio. 1-9 and Manny Trio base hit down the line. Unser will go first to third. He hit second well. He heads to third and stays there. So it's first and third with 1 out. And here is John Vukovich. First and third. He's been up only 1 time. Gets the start today at third base with the Schmidt injury. Tying man on deck in Boa. Lopez sets the target. Maddux working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Lopez. To Vukovich. 5-7. Double play ball will end the inning. Blauser's got it. Goes to Lemke. Goes to McGriff. Turns the double play and gets out of the inning. So Maddux gets out of that one. No runs, 2 hits, 1 man left. We play 2. 4-0 Atlanta. Here's Chipper Jones, followed by Ryan Klesko and Mark Lemke to lead off the third. Moreland puts down the target for him. Lefty struggling here in the third. Here's the pitch to Chipper. And that's going to be a 2-7 fly ball center field. Maddux there will come in on it, makes the catch, and gets out number 1. I was thinking maybe activating Tim McCarver for this game. He was actually a possibility. And being he's Lefty's caddy for all his life could have made sense. Here is Ryan Klesko. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton looks in. Here's the windup to Ryan Klesko. 5-5. Deep drive right field. You don't get home runs on lefties on lefty. McBride is there. He makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. That was a home run on a 1, and he rolled the 6. So Klesko kind of gave it a ride, but it died out in right field as McBride makes the catch. So with 2 outs, here's Lemke. Doubled his first time up. Moreland sets the target. Carlton looks in. Here's the wind-up and pitch. And that's going to be a 2-5 and a 2-out walk. Boy, Lefty not getting any help there. Here's Harvey Lopez, 1 for 1, single to the run scored. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton from the stretch. And here's the pitch. 4-7 and walks him, and Lefty's walked 2 in a row. Boy, he's not getting any help for the bottom part of this lineup. 2 on and 2 out in the third for Devereaux. Doubled in a run his first time up. And now Lefty's got to get out of his own jam he started. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Mike Devereaux. 1-6 fly ball into left field. Unser is there. He waits, comes in, makes the catch, and the third inning is over. No runs, no hits, a couple walks. They are both stranded. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Atlanta 4 and Philadelphia nothing. It's Boa, Smith, and Rose for the Phils here in the third. Lopez sets in the target now. Maddux looks in. Here's a windup. Boa hitting 227. 5 RBIs on the young season. Here's the pitch to Boa. And it's a 4-8. Struck him out. Inside corner for Greg MAddux. He lives right there on the block. 1 away in the third. Here is Lonnie Smith. 205. No homers, 2 RBIs. Grounded out his first time up. Lopez sets the target. Maddux with a windup. Here's the pitch to Lonnie. And that's going to be a line drive for Lonnie Smith in the gap. That's trouble with Lonnie Smith's speed. He's around first. He's going to hit the corner for second. He's going to go for 2. He may go for 3, but Blauser put up an unbelievable decoy. Oh, my. Typical Lonnie Smith not having good base running skills. Blauser gets him back, and Smith goes back to second with a double. That was a triple on a 1-5, so kind of it was a triple on a 1-10. I over-exaggerated as it was a 16 double, but that would be Lonnie Smith for you. Doesn't run the bases well, and there it is, as Blauser deked him, and he stood on second with a double. Probably should have been on third. Runner on second, 1 out. Here's Pete Rose, 0 for 1. Lopez sets in the target now. Maddux had a little bit of trouble here in the third from the stretch. Rose 0 for 1, the pitch. And the pitch, 1-8, base hit left field Rose. Let's see if they'll score Smith. No arm for Klesko. He should have an easier play coming home. 1-19, we're sending him, and we're going to hold the trailing runner. Here's the throw, not in time. So it's 4-1 Atlanta. So Pete Rose with a big RBI knock Gets the Phillies back in the game at least. And here's Keith Moreland. He's 1 for 1 with a double. Lopez sets in the target. Matic working from the stretch. And here's the pitch to Moreland. And that's a 6-9 ground ball to short. That could be a double play for Blauser. He sets up in front of him, goes to second, back to first, double play. 6-4-3. Another tailor-made double play for Maddox, the Professor. We played 3, 4-1 Braves. So now here in the fourth will be Mike Kelly, Grissom, and Blauser. This is Kelly's second at bat. He's a right-handed hitter. He reached on a shortstop error his first time up, and that kind of extended the inning for the Braves' 3-run second inning. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton looks in. Here's the pitch to Kelly. 6-5 ground ball to short. That's Boa. He's got in front of him, throws him out, 1 away. Boa with a nice play. Here's Marquise Grissom. Marquise Grissom. He is so far on the season 0 for 2. Ground ball struck out. Good solid career for Marquise. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton with a big windup and pitch to Marquise Grissom. 1-5 struck him out. So Lefty gets a big K. And here's Jeff Blauser. 0 for 1 RBI and 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly and an RBI back in the second. Underrated shortstop for Atlanta. Moreland sets in. Carlton looks in with a big windup, and here's the pitch to Blauser. 6-9 struck him out. Big slider away. Lefty gets a 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 4-1 Atlanta. Here is Shake and Bake McBride, followed by Maddox and Unser. It'll be lefty, righty, lefty against the Professor here in the fourth. Lopez sets in the target. Maddox looks in. Here's the pitch to the left-hander McBride. 6-4, fly ball to center. Grissom's a 1-2. This should be playable. It went over his head, but Grissom makes the nice running catch. Only a 1 could have caught it. Marquise Grissom along with Gary Maddox are ones in center, and the only ones who could have caught it. What a catch there by Grissom. It almost sailed over his head, but it made a fantastic catch. Here is Gary Maddox, the Secretary of Defense. He's 0 for 1, grounded out his first time out. 1 out in the fourth. Lopez sets in the target. The Professor looks in, the right-handed pitcher. Here's the pitch from Maddox to Maddox. Then pitch. And it's going to be a 3-2. Oh, good thing that was not an injury. Ground ball to short. Blauser's got it. Goes to first. And 2 away. And here's Dell Unser. Phillies decimated with injuries, losing Boone, Schmidt, Luzinski to multi-game injuries. And the Phillies are struggling just to work their way to stay in contention before they get their starters back. Lopez sets the target in. Maddox with a pitch. Here's the pitch to Unser. And that's a 5-8 ground ball to second. That's Lemke. That's an easy play for Lemke. Throws him out. 3 up, 3 down for the Professor. We played 4-1 Atlanta. Top of the fifth here, as it will be Atlanta sending up McGriff, Jones, and Klesko. Probably one of the best trades Atlanta ever made. It got them the 1995 championship. A guy who should be in the Hall of Fame, but unfortunately he's put in that PED class. So he's been shifted to the side most of the time. Talking about one fantastic ball player. Moreland sets in the target. Lefty-lefty matchup. McGriff, the crime dog, 1 for 2, singled in first. Here's the pitch to McGriff. 6-6, double 1-4 again. Maddox is there. Oh, he came in great on the ball. Shows everyone how to play a good center field. Makes the catch. He had a late jump, but good speed. That's one thing you can't teach is speed. Maddox came in on it, made the catch. And here is Chipper Jones. He tripled and run the first, flied out the third, 1 for 2. Top of the fifth, 1 out. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton with a big windup. Here's the pitch to Chipper Jones. 6-10 ground ball to third. Vukovich got it. He's got him throwing and throws him out. Little late throw by Vukovich, but Rose bailed him out on the turf and made a catch on the ground ball. You need a first baseman who can pick it, and he can also play. He played all those years in Cincinnati, so he's used to the artificial turf. 2 outs in the fifth, and here is the young man, Ryan Klesko. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. We talked about him. He is a 5R, so he hits extremely well against righties. Not so much against lefties, but he's still got that power there. Don't want to lay it in there. Moreland sets in the target. Carlton looks in. Here's the pitch to Klesko. And Klesko on a 6-7 ground ball to second. Trio, 1E13. He gets it, throws him out, and that is the inning. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. We're official here at the vet. It's 4-1 Atlanta. Watch out for the snowballs. Here comes Santa Claus. So here is Manny Trio, followed by John Vukovich and Larry Boa. Philly struggling. You can hear that in the fans out there. Getting swept by their old-time rival Atlanta Braves aren't going to make that cheesesteak go down any better for the Phils. They're going to need to get their act together. Dallas Green looking on. Lopez sets the target. Greg MAddux looks in. Here's the pitch to Trio. And it's a 1-5 base hit for Trio. He's 2 for 2. One of the Phillies that has been hitting. It's still early. We're in the fifth, and here is John Vukovich. Here's the problem they have. Vukovich is in the game. He's 0 for his first 2. He gets 62 at bats. Only hits about $161. There is not much you can do with Schmidt out of that lineup. Lopez sets in the target. Matic looking in from the stretch. Run on first and nobody out. 1-2, and he got hurt. Unbelievable. He got hit by a pitch, and he'll be out for about a week. That's the 4th injury for the Fighting Phils. And I'm not sure if I even have a third baseman right now. So let's see if the Phillies can play somebody out there. Oh my goodness. And you may have to put an absolute garbage can out there to play. Oh no, they could pay Keith Moreland out there. So Keith Moreland, going in and catching, I guess it'll be Ozzie Virgil. He only had 5 at bats during the season. So Virgil will run for Vukovich, and the Philly injuries just mount up. So Vukovich will run, not Vukovich. Give me 1 second. I'll have to replay that one. So it'll be Ozzie Virgil. He'll be the new catcher. So he'll go run, and they'll move Moreland the third, who's horrible. My gosh, first and second, nobody out here in the fifth. And here's Larry Boa. Oh, Vukovich helped off the field. Lopez sets in the target. Matic from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Boa. And that's a 1-4 ground ball to short. Blauser, he goes to second. Good hard slide by Ozzie Virgil. Prevents the double play. First and third, 1 out. Boa with fantastic speed. He gets it on a 1-12. Could try to steal at this point. They're down 4. They got to be aggressive. Here's Lonnie Smith. 1 for 2 with a double back in the third. Lopez sets in the target now. Matic from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Lonnie Smith. And that's a 5-5 and struck him out. The professor paints the inside corner, and that's 2 outs. And now here's Pete Rose, has the only RBI in the ball game that came in the third. Lopez sets in the target. Matic working from the stretch. First and third, 2 outs. Pitch to Rose. 3-7-5 ball center field. He had a chance. Grissom will come in, makes the catch, and the professor strands 2. We go to the fifth. It's Atlanta 5. It's Atlanta 4, Philadelphia 1. So now for the Braves here going into the 6th inning as new replacements will have to come in the game. Keith Moreland plays a horrible third base. Goes to catch while the new catcher is the younger Ozzie Virgil Jr. His father is one of the coaches on this team. So here is Mark Lemke. Boy, can it get any worse for the Phils right now defensively. Virgil sets in the target. Carlton looks in. Here's the pitch to Lemke. And here's a 4-5 and struck him out 1 away. So here's Harvey Lopez, 1 for 1. Singled the second and walked in the third. Virgil sets in the target. Carlton with a big windup and pitch to Harvey Lopez. 2-5 fly ball to the left. Unser's there. Makes the catch. And that is 2 outs. 2 outs in the 6th for the Atlanta Braves. There's Mike Devereaux. 2 outs in the 6th. Devereaux to batter. 1 for 2 with a double. Virgil sets in the target. Carlton looks out. 2 outs in the 6th. Here's the pitch to Devereaux. 6-9 struck him out. Lefty with a big strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 4-1 Atlanta. So here's Keith Moreland. Moreland will be followed by McBride and Maddox against Maddox here in the 6th. Gary Maddox and Greg MAddux. Different players, different different people. Moreland 1 for 2 with a double. Lopez sets the target. Greg MAddux looks in with the pitch to Moreland. And that's a 2-7 base hit for Moreland. So the kid's 2 for 3. The kid wants to stay on this team. He usually is. He has the at-bats. He's on at first with nobody out. And here's Shake and Bake McBride. He's 0 for 1. Phillies trying to get back in this game. Down 3, no outs. Lopez sets the target. Matic working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to McBride. 5-2. That could be a double play. Mark Lemke's a 2. There's 1, and there's 2. 4-6-3. The pitcher's best friend, the professor, again turns a double play. 2 outs in the 6th, and here is Gary MAddux. Again, it's MAddux against Maddox here. So Greg MAddux looks in. So far for the Secretary of Defense, he's 0 for 2. Lopez sets the target. Here's a pitch from Greg MAddux. The pitch to Gary MAddux. 6-10. Ground ball to short. That's Blauser. He's a 2. Picks up. Throws them out. But McGriff can't come up with it. He loaded him. And McGriff couldn't pick it at first. So Gary MAddux is on at first on the E6. So it extends the inning. And here's Unser. Unser so much. Unser is 0 for 1 with a walk. Unser needs him. Let's see if we can extend the inning. Matic is a 1-12. He wants to run. We may want to run for him here. 1-14. There he goes. He's safe. Just gets in. Kicked the ball loose on Blauser. So Gary MAddux got into second base. He's on at second with 2 outs. Took advantage of Harvey Lopez's +1 arm. So now it's with a potential run on second base with 2 outs. Here is Unser, 0 for 1 with a walk. Lopez sets in the target. Greg MAddux looks in from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Del Unser. 6-9 ground ball to short. Blauser's got in front of him. He picks it. Huff play. Got it. Good play from the hole. Blauser. He set himself perfectly and threw a strike and ends the inning. No runs, no hits, an error, 1 man left. We played 6, and we're going to have a timeout here. So by the time we come back, it'll probably be 3 or 4 hours, a couple hours later. We'll never know the difference. We're playing this game in a land of stops. So with the score through 6 innings of play, it's Atlanta 4 and Philadelphia 1. We'll go over some of the box scores before we leave. Atlanta 4 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error, while the Philadelphia Phillies 1 run on 6 hits and 1 error. Looks like they're bringing the tarp out. So we may have a couple hour delay. You'll not miss anything. We'll go right back to the game, and you won't have to go anywhere. So the Atlanta Braves, 4 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. The Philadelphia Phillies, 1 run on 6 hits and 1 error. Greg MAddux has gone 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run was earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Lefty's gone 6, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 were earned, 2 walks and 7 strikeouts. And it's been the defense for the Braves today, turning 3 double plays. Doubles by Lemke, Devereaux, Smith, and Moreland. Triple by Chipper Jones. RBIs by Blauser, Jones, Devereaux, Kelly, and Rose. The score as we go to the top of the 7th, it's 4-1 Atlanta. But until we meet again, they're going to bring the tarp out, and we'll have you back as soon as possible right here on the Sports Time Machine. Thank you, folks. We'll see you again, and please stay tuned. Again, we're not going anywhere. I'm just taking a timeout on my end. We'll see you again. Where is that? And we are back. We had about an hour and a half of a delay. We have the tarp. They've squeegeed it off. They have zambonied it off. So I think we have a pretty dry surface here. We're in the 7th inning. This was the 3rd game in the series, so they wanted to make sure they finished this one, since the Braves probably won't be back for a while in the vet for a next series. They don't want to schedule a doubleheader down the road or end the game earlier than needed. So we're back. 90-minute delay. Starters are still going to be out there. At least we think they will. Lefty's coming out to pitch the 7th, with the Braves leading 4-1. Let's get this back started. Mike Kelly is up. He's 0 for 2 with an RBI. Before we left, the Braves 4 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. The Phillies 1 run on 6 hits and 1 error. Mike Kelly's up. He's 0 for 2 with a ribby after a 90-minute delay. Let's do this. Ozzie Virgil behind the plate because of the injury to John Vukovich. That's the fourth Philly to be sent to the DL. Keith Moreland has moved to third base. Carlton looks in, and here's the pitch to Mike Kelly, and we're back playing. 6-6, double 1-7. That's a nice play by the Secretary of Defense, Gary Maddox. Came over and made the play. Del Unser could not see it. Maddox came in and made a nice catch. It was a double on a 1-6, and it was a 7, or it was an 8, I should say. So we're out there, one away, and here is Marquise Grissom. He's 0 for 3. Phillies up by 3. Phillies out hitting the Braves 6-5. Virgil sets the target, and Carlton looks in. Here's the windup to Marquise Grissom. 1-7, pop the third. Moreland's there. He's not used to the position. He looks, and makes the catch for a second out. Boy, Moreland looks like a deer caught in headlights out there. 2 outs in the 7th, and here's Jeff Blauser. He's 0 for 2. Virgil sets in. Carlton gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Blauser. 6-11, ground ball to short. Boa's got it. He looks it in the glove, throws it out the rows, and that is it. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 4-1 Atlanta. Here's Manny Trio, followed by Ozzie Virgil and Larry Boa. Trio 2 for 2 today, increasing his average to 326, having a very good start to his great league campaign. Lopez sets in the target, and Greg Maddux comes out and pitches the 7th inning. Here's the pitch to Trio. And that's a 1-8, and that's another base hit for Trio. This time it's a double. That'll go past Klesko. You can tell he is not familiar with the position left. That will go to the wall. Grissom has to go get it. He plays the carom, throws it back in, and Trio will be on with a double. That was a 1-3 home run and 4-20 double. Got the 8, so he gets the double. Runner on second and nobody out for Ozzie Virgil. That would be his dad in the picture, not the kid that's playing. Virgil only 5 at-bats during the season, so he's actually already been up 6 times, so he's maxed out his at-bats he did in 1980 campaign, so they may have to rework some things because Virgil already has exhausted his at-bats for the season, and we're only in the month of April. Lopez sets the target. Greg Maddux now again working with a runner on second and nobody out. Here's the pitch to Virgil. 6-8 and a fly ball center field. Marquise Grissom should be there. He comes in, makes the catch. Grissom a -2 arm. Trio will take a good lead. Let's see if he goes to third or he stays where he's at, and he does. So Trio stays put, 1 away. Here's Boa. Boa's 0 for 2. He struck out and hit into a force out. His average hanging around right now about 217. Lopez sets in. Javi puts down the signs. Greg Maddux looks in, gets the sign, and here's the pitch to the switch hitting Boa, batting from the left-hand side. And that's going to be a 5-8. That's a ground ball to second. Runner should go to third. Lemke's got it. It's a 2-8. Fields and throws, got him, and now the Phillies have runner on third and 2 men out. So now bring up for the Phils will be Lonnie Smith. Smith in the game, 1 for 3, doubled back in the third. Runner on third, 2 outs. Phillies down 3. Phillies just trying to get one back here and stay within closing distance, and hopefully they can get the Brave bullpen, which has not been a strong part of their career, and see if they can get one by with old Philly comeback. Lonnie the batter, 1 for 3 with a double. Lopez sets in. Greg Maddux from the stretch, runner on third and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Lonnie Smith. 3-12, walked him. Good thing he didn't get hurt. Lonnie takes first. Phillies now bring the tying runner to the plate, and now Lonnie Smith's a 1-14 to be able to take second base in this place. If he does, it does limit Pete Rose's opportunities. Let's see if they allow Lonnie to steal. If he gets thrown out here with the potential tying runners on, Dallas Green could lose his job. But Lonnie Smith, always being aggressive, wants to steal second. Here we go. Here's the throw. The throw is, he threw him out. Ozzie Virgil came up. What a throw by Harvey Lopez. Threw it down the second, makes the tag, and Greg Maddux gets a break from the Phillies trying to be overly aggressive, and they get thrown out on the base pass. Oh my. We played 7. It's 4-1 Atlanta. Here's Fred McGriff, followed by Chipper Jones and Ryan Klesko to bat for the Braves in the 8th. So now Steve Carlton working his 8th inning of work. It's 4-1 Atlanta. Carlton does not want to come out this game. Virgil sets in the target. Steve Carlton with the windup. Here's the pitch to the crime dog. 4-7 and struck him out. Boy, there is a difference on Carlton versus lefties. That's nasty. Here's Chipper Jones, 1 for 3, tripled and a run back in the first, flied out and grounded out, so he's 1 for 3. Average still a problem for Chip. He's hitting .222. Virgil puts down the target. Carlton from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Chip. And that will be a 5-8 and struck Chipper Jones out. So Chipper Jones on strikes. That's 9 for Carlton. And here is Ryan Klesko. He struck out once already back in the first. Fly down and ground out. He's 0 for 3. Top of the 8th. Nobody out. Atlanta leads by 3. Ozzie Virgil puts this target in for Carlton. Carlton nods. Here's the pitch to Klesko. And that's going to be a 4-10 fly-ball center. That's Matic. He should make this catch, and he does, and that's it for the Braves in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Braves holding on to a 4-1 lead. Bottom of the 8th here at the Big Cookie Cutter in South Philadelphia. The Braves, 4 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. The Phillies, 1 run, 7 hits and 1 error. Here's Rose followed by Moreland and McBride. Lopez sets in the target. Greg MAddux working his 8th inning of work. Here's the pitch to Rose. And Rose on a 3-4 fly ball to left field. That would have been a possible clutch hit, but Klesko is there, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. We're not playing clutch or any kind of ballpark results, just making mention of it. 1 out in the 8th. And here's Keith Moreland. He's 2 for 3. He's got 2 of the Phillies' 7 hits so far. Lopez sets in the target. Matic working from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Moreland. 4-5. He's done it again. Keith Moreland's 2nd double of the ball game. That will go all the way to the wall. Klesko cannot get it. Grissom will play the carom. Moreland around first. He'll go to 2nd, and he's in there with a stand-up double. So a big double for Keith Moreland. Runner on 2nd and 1 out here in the 8th. There's Shake and Bake McBride 0 for 3. Again, the Phillies put a runner in scoring position, but Greg Maddux has been able to be his professor-type self and get the Phillies out of these situations. Lopez sets in the target. Greg Maddux from the stretch. Runner on 2nd and 1 out. Here's the pitch to McBride. And that's a 2-7 base hit. McBride, the Phillies will get a run back. Moreland will go around 3rd. He'll come around the score. Kelly gets the ball back in the 2nd, and it's a 4-2 ball game. So that's the 2nd hit of the inning. 1 more hit could fatigue Greg Maddux out. So now Bobby Cox has his bullpen up in a hurry, and now here's Greg Maddux. He's 0 for 3. Reached on an error his last time up back in the 6th inning. Phillies trying to get back in. Now they're wondering if they should have been aggressive on the bases. They could have had another run. Lopez sets in the target. Maddux from the stretch. Runner on first. 1 out. 4-2 Atlanta. Pitch to Gary Maddox. 5-11. Ground ball to 3rd. It is not hit hard. Chipper Jones comes up with it. Goes to short. Wayne just barely gets McBride at 2nd. So now there's a runner on 2nd with 2 outs. And Maddux, again, good chance to steal. But here is Del Unser. He's 0 for 2 in a walk, but he'll be asked to hit. He usually hits righties quite well. So let's see what the Phillies do. Down by a run. Down by 2 runs. Tying runner at the plate at Unser. He had 10. He had no home runs on the season. So he's not going to have any power to hit one. We'll see if Unser can make a big blow. Only players left on the Philly bench right now is Greg Gross. Greg Gross and George Vukovich. Again, Greg Gross, not much speed. But you know what? They'll play lefty for lefty in this case. They will replace Unser with Gross. He'll stay and play left field as a 3, so there's no big change there. Gross is hitting .367, 14 at-bats, has a triple and 2 runs batted in. So they bring another accomplished pinch hitter off the bench. Lopez sets in the target. Maddux working from the stretch. Runner on first, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Gross. And that's a 3-7. He walked him. That should fatigue Greg MAddux out. Let's see if it does. And it does. So Bobby Cox at the top of the steps. Let's see if he comes out, gets his pitcher here. Manny Trio comes up. He's 3 for 3 right now. Let's see what they do. There's 2 outs here in the 8th. Do they pitch to him? Oh my goodness. 5-8. Ground ball to second. Bobby Cox leaves Greg MAddux in the ballgame to finish out the inning. Nice play. And no! Lemke could not make the play, and the bases are now loaded. So Mark Lemke, a sure second baseman, could not make the play. That artificial turf where the Eagles have been playing on. And now that just skipped on Lemke, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And who does it bring up but the little-known catcher, Ozzie Virgil? He is 0 for 1. Again, he has 2 at-bats more than he actually had in the 80 campaign. Does Bobby Cox go out and get him right now, or does he stay with him here in the 8th? 4-2 Braves. Lopez sets in the target. MAddux working from the stretch. They got no one else to catch or play third base. Virgil is the only choice here. MAddux and the pitch. And it's going to be a 5-8. Again, it's Lemke. 2-8. Does he make 2 errors in a row? He fields and makes the play. So Mark Lemke, with a smile on his face, gets the ball back hit at him. He fields it, goes to McGriff, and makes the play. Oh my, the Phillies leave the bases loaded. That's what happens when four of your starting 9s on the disabled list. The Braves will go to the 9th. The Braves 4 runs on 5 hits and no errors. The Phillies 2 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. And I think the Phillies have probably left a baker's dozen on bases at least, if not a little bit less. Again, going to play left field will be Greg Gross. He's a 3, so that's pretty good. Carlton will stay out and pitch the 9th here. Again, he has struck out 9 in 8 innings. He'll pitch to Lemke, Lopez, and Devereaux here in the 9th. Virgil sets in the target, and Carlton looks in. From the windup, here's the pitch to Lemke. And that's going to be a 5-7. Struck him out looking. That is strikeout number 10 for Carlton. That gives him 28 for the season in his 3rd start. Here's Harvey Lopez, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Carlton's done all he could here. Virgil puts down the target. Carlton nods. Harvey Lopez, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 6-7 double 1-7. Let's see who's hit there. That's going to be Greg Gross. He's being tested early. Comes over in the gap. Makes the catch. Nice play by Greg Gross. Oh, he had to come in on it, and he almost had to do a deep slide on it. Puts the glove down, and he hits all webbing. 2 away. Here's Mike Devereaux, 1 for 3 with a double. Again, Carlton trying to survive and pitch the complete game. He's done all he can. Virgil puts down the target for him. Carlton nods. Here is the pitch to Devereaux. 2 outs in the 9th. 5-8 struck him out. 11 strikeouts for Carlton. Let's go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and Alejandro Pena will be the new pitcher. So Alejandro Pena on the season. 1-0, 1 save, 1.42 ERA, 3 hits in 6 innings, 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. So he only had 31. Usually this is Mark Woller's spot. So Bobby Cox decides to go with Alejandro Pena here. And he'll pitch to Boa, Smith, and Rose. Oh, I can see why. Pena is a 5L versus lefty, so he's going to have to pitch to a lefty, a righty, and a switch in Rose coming up. This might be the better call for mathematically. Let's see if the decision is a right one. So Pena on the mound, looks in. Harvey Lopez goes out and talks to him, makes sure the signs are correct. Brave defense is the same. You would think maybe the Braves could have made a defensive change in left field with Klesko being out there. Dwight Smith is a 4 in left. There's nothing you can really do there. They don't really have, oh, they do. They could have planned this guy named Kowitz. He only had 24 at-bats, but he's a 3 in left. Louis Polonia would have been a 4, so that doesn't help you. And that's about right. So they could have made that little change. Because now a ball hits the left field. Klesko is an error machine, and he's also has little to no range. So let's see if the Braves can make it through this inning. Braves lead 4-2. Boa the batter. Boa's 0 for 3. Lopez sets in the target. Pena sets. Here's the windup and pitch to Larry Boa. 6-4, ground ball to short. That is Blauser. 222 comes up and throws him out. So they get Boa off the bases. He's a fast one. But now here's Lonnie Smith. Lonnie Smith in the ballgame has had an interesting game. He's grounded out, doubled, should have been on third with a triple, struck out and walked. So far in the ballgame, he's 1 for 3. Average only up to about 217. Lopez sets in the target. Alejandro Pena looks in. Here's the windup and pitch to Lonnie Smith. 4-6 and struck him out. Oh boy, big strikeout on Lonnie Smith. And now here's Peter Edward Rose. 1 for 4, single back in the third. 2 outs in the ninth. Rose the last chance. They get to him. Then you get Keith Moreland, who's been on a tear on the on-deck circle. And then you get McBride. Lopez sets in the target. Pena looks in. This could be the ball game. Here's the pitch to Pete Rose. And that's going to be a 1-11. Ground ball to first. McGriff's got it. He'll wave off. Pena takes it to the bag, and the Braves pull a sweep here in Philadelphia. Oh, my. And Santa Claus is not going to be safe in the city of brotherly love. Atlanta, 4 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors. The Phillies, 2 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Matic with pitches, 8 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. ERA now 1.80. Pena gets his second save. The Braves improved to 8-4. The Phillies have lost 10 out of 12 to start the year. They're 2-10. Carlton goes the distance. He's 1-2, 9 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 2 earned runs out of 4, 2 walks, and 11 strikeouts. Errors, Blauser, Lemke, and the Boa error, which led to the couple runs. Doubles in a game by Lemke, Devereaux, Smith, Moreland, and Trio. Triples by Jones. RBIs by Blauser, Jones, Devereaux, Kelly, Rose, and McBride. Gary Maddox had the only steal in the ball game. For the Atlanta Braves, no one with multiple hits, so they had 5 hits by 5 different people. The Phillies had 2 with 3 hits. Moreland, 3 for 4 runs scored. He's hitting a robust 409 at early start. Manny Trios, 3 for 4, hitting a robust 333. Final score, Atlanta 4, Philadelphia 2. And we'll say goodbye and upload this, and then hopefully have a couple more games later on today. That's my hope. So if you watch this game on demand, you see me live, click on it. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you again for more baseball in the Great League. Atlanta 4 and the Braves 2.